Good morning, everyone. How are we? How are we doing? You guys cool? Can you hear me? Is everybody chilling? We are live at 4 AM. I have to be careful because I can't do too much shouting. Alice is fast asleep. And normally at this time I would be winding down to go to bed, but instead I'm winding up to hopefully get excited for a LVO preview in 49 minutes time. But I figured I'd go live a little bit early so we could talk, we could hang out. And yeah, just sort of do some stuff. Maybe even do a little bit more hobby. My sleep pattern this weekend is going to be shot. Oh yeah, mine's not been great this week. So strange for a preview to come out at a normal time, Australia time. It's very strange for it to come at a very terrible time in the UK. UK-based company, after all. So I did something cool today. I was supposed to be building. I was supposed to be building models. And I sat down to do something else. Sat down to do some building. And instead... I just kept going with the old Astra Militarum bug. I figured out how to paint Kassakin today. So I came up with that, and I think it looks amazing. And I was really pleased. So yeah, guess we're going to film a video for that. I think somebody was asking about how to do it, so there you go. But what do you think? What do you guys think? I'm really pleased with it. I think it looked ace. But there we go. My missus has just shot me a look and shook her head. In what way? What have you done? Hey, question for you all. I'm painting Snarlfangs and want some fur variation on the walls. Do you know of some Warhipster videos with different fur colours? There's quite a few. Depends how varied you want to go for. You could look at like a video like Radakar the Wolf, because he's got a big white wolf pelt. You could check out... let's go to good old YouTube. There is a video on fur cloaks which could be transposed into fur for your walls. What else? Let me look at my list of videos, because I have done many a video. I'm also thinking about doing a Snarlfangs video, because I'm excited for Gitmob. And I do have a set of them. Obviously, there's all the Skaven stuff. That's a bunch of fur recipes that can also be done if you want them to look a little bit iller than they would normally. Usharan, he's got a big old fur cloak. That would be another recipe you could have a look at. Then we have things like the Griff Hounds with the Hallowed Knights. We have the Griff Chargers on the Chariots. They've got like furry feathers and stuff. That would also work for you. What else have we got? There's the Black Talons. Neve's got a lovely fur cloak, which would also work as an option. Basically, just scroll down and you'll find it. Astra Miller, what? It's the Guard. I know it's the Guard. But you know, we've got to stay copyright friendly. You most recently did fur on the Dunlanders. Oh yeah, that's another good one. The Hill Tribesmen. There's a bunch of fur on there. Have you ever thought about doing a video for Inquisitor Erasmus? Is that... Which one's that? Which one is Inquisitor Erasmus? Inquisitor Erasmus. Oh, is that Inquisitor Carter Volnus? The one with the sword and the flames. I do have the model. I did think about doing it as well. I thought points-wise it might be fun to put an Inquisitor in with my Krieg, and I can't decide whether to do Carter Volnus or the other one, the other new one, the Warhammer Plus one. New Kassakin video. That's the plan. That's the plan. Check him out. He's so pretty. Oh, look at the shadows. Makes him look even more lethal. Yes. And now I'm out of focus. There we go, I'm back. But, there you go. Because it's bloody Games Workshop in the time, although no, she's snoring her head off, so I might not hear much. Ah. Well, it's alright, there's only 43 minutes left to go. So, tonight, LVO. There's 85 people watching right now. What do you reckon? 200, 300 maybe? I'm nervous. I always get nervous when we do these streams. You have to be careful. Hello, Elijah. How you doing? I can't wait for Git Mob. No, I can't wait for it. It's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to... I want to get my hands on a Doom Diver Catapult. For sure. Yeah. I hope it's sooner rather than later. Dive into it. But yes, we have 89 people watching currently and only 27 likes on the stream. If you could please leave a like on the stream, that would be very, very generous of you. Because it's free. It's a free way to support the channel right now. I'm predicting Super Primaris Marines. Super Primaris Marines. What, so ones that are like on... They're all intercessors on 40mm bases. Will you paint Dreer blue? Dreer has already done blue. I'll show you, Abdul. Dreer's done. This video I figured would come out on Saturday, and we'll do the artillery team tomorrow. There you go. Dreer is done. There you go. Just be very careful, because I built some models that you're not allowed to see yet. So I'm just worried that they'll appear here on the stream, and that would be really bad for me. I hope I can stay up for this. Dang reveal shot, also nice hand dryer. Thank you very much. Is the stream coming soon? The stream is in 41 minutes time. This is the hype. This is the hype. This is also you helping me stay awake. I haven't been to bed. I've been working. I've been working all this time. I was working right up until 5 to 4. Then I had a brief internet issue. And then it came back and it was all good. And I was worried that we were going to have a problem. But then it was just like, nope, I'm back. It's all good. Hey. So, yeah, we're in the hype train right now. This is really, like, I know it will be further in the future, but I would like to see how you do Emperor's Children 40k scheme. I'm stuck trying to make the pink armor work. I know what you mean, Jakob. Or Jacob. I hope I said that right. Either way. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. I'm waiting to see how Games Workshop paints them. The pink might not be how you paint them anymore. And based on the previewed Eldari Codex artwork, I don't think it's going to be pink. I think they might be purple now. But I have 3 Emperor's Children videos on the channel. If you would like to see how I paint that purple, you can check out... It's older. There's a newer one in the form of Fulgrim Transfigured. That would work for you. That video came out just over Christmas. Just saying, it's there. There's also... what's his name? Saul Tarvitz. There's also Fabius Bile. They're also, all three of them are on the channel. So, there's possibilities. Looking forward to seeing what the Soulblight Gravelords reveal is. Really hoping for an army box with a zombie dragon, Graveguard, Black Knights, and a Blood Knight hero. That would be awesome, Cat. That would be awesome. I don't know how true that will be, though. I think, okay, so for Age of Sigmar, I suspect, and I'm worried a little bit about it, in many ways, but I think what you might see more often than not from Age of Sigmar, this year in particular, is factions getting faction terrain and manifestations. And maybe a character. I think that's more likely the things to guarantee that you'll see. And Soulblight don't have faction terrain or manifestations. I think they're the only ones that don't as well in the death faction at the moment. Because Flesh Eater Courts definitely do. Nighthaunt definitely have manifestations. I'm not sure about a terrain piece. Ossiarch have the Bone Tithe Nexus or whatever it's called. And so on and so forth. But I think if you've got a faction coming, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to see that if they don't already have it. I would guess. That model in the LVO teaser looked a lot like a Black Knight. Going to keep huffing my hopium until the show is over. Well, it might be. It might be that Soulblight are getting a Black Knight, a Black Knight kit, manifestations and a thing. Horus Heresy will be the Thanatar Calyx. Yeah, I suspect. Cities of Sigmar doesn't have faction of terrain. No, it does not. It also doesn't have manifestations either. I'm hoping it still has some pink in it, leaning more towards purple. Doesn't seem bad. I'm sure there will. Look, there will be a riot of colours going on for the Emperor's Children. Now, here's the question tonight. Do you think we're going to see the entire contents of an Emperor's Children army box? And if we do, then it's a good chance that the Emperor's Children army box is coming in the next 2 months. Or do you think we're just going to see Lucius and then we'll see what else happens? I wonder if Caradron would get terrain or a manifestation. I would suspect that for Caradron, you would get a terrain, and if you want manifestations, they'll then invent a priest for them. And there'll be priestly manifestations rather than wizardly ones, but it would still work the same way. Kind of like how the Khorne ones work. The Khorne ones are prayer things, right? The question is if Knights are March. Indeed, Knights are March, or are they going to be in February? We don't know. All I want is Assault Terminators. Well, yeah, might have to wait. LTN 00. For 2025, expect new Warcry Edition, Emperor's Children, and what else? Well, given at the pace that we're on, we're in January and we've had, what, it's the 17th of January. We've had Death Core of Krieg. An Astra Militarum Codex has gone on pre-order. We've had a Battletome, the Auric Iron Jaws. Has there been anything else? We've got the Empire of Man. That is all happening, isn't it? So that's what, 3 weekends. 1, 2. So Empire of Man is this weekend. So at that rate of progress, we might see the next Codex and the next Battletome in February. And if that's the case, then we might have all of our 40k codexes done by the end of the year. I don't think we will, because June and July there will be time off. June, July, August, that kind of thing. Because there's the summer release, whatever the hell that's going to be. I'm looking forward to cool Necromunda models since they aren't showing Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm sure there will be some cool Lord of the Rings, Necromunda. There's a few rumours of a Soulblight box, Seraphon in the spring, and after that I have no clue. We don't know. Fire Slayers are also prayers, yeah. A lot of rumours on 1K Suns and getting robots back, maybe. Summer should in theory be Horus Heresy 2.0. No, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. I don't think we can predict what the summer will be. Horus Heresy isn't a mainline game. It doesn't... It's a big game, but I think if you're going to see a Horus Heresy release, that will be like a big one. That will be June, July. But I mean, they're not even done releasing tanks. They told us there's going to be lots of tanks, you know. Should have Eldar soon too, right? Yeah. Super quiet about Warcry. Yeah, I hope 2025 sees a Warcry edition. We should see one soon. Well, see, Warcry isn't a mainline thing either. It's not big enough to carry Summer. Summer, to clarify, the Summer release is on the scale of 40k and AOS edition releases. Those are the two mainline things. And the off year, the last two off years, first one was Contrast Paint. Contrast Paint on its own led the Summer. Then you had 40k 10. No, I can't remember. Yeah, 40k 10. No, 40k 9. AOS 3. And then you had Contrast 2 and Horus Heresy. That's what I mean. It's two things that led the line that summer. So we'll have to see what it's going to be. New Mordheim or what's the 40? Space Hulk. No, it's not. I don't think it's going to be models. I think it's something else. I don't think it's Contrast 3. I could see it being something completely left field. Maybe like airbrushes or something. But that's why this year's really exciting for summer, because it can be anything. It can be. Contrast completely revolutionized my life, and also the paint line for Games Workshop, and it revolutionized miniature painting for everyone, I think, given as then everybody else rushed out their own contrast lines, you know. So it could be something like that. It's not going to be dropper bottles. Ian Clark, thank you so much for the $13.99. Just a small tip for all the videos that have helped me improve my world. That is very kind of you, Ian. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're the best. You're our first super chatter tonight, which means you're the legend of the LVO. You won the LVO. Hello, Mr. Glitch. I'd laugh if GW did an army painter with contrast metallics. Oh, I don't think they will. Hi, long-time viewer, first-time joiner. Hello, Steve. New DLC for Space Marine 2. Well, they don't own that. That would be a damp squib of a summer release, wouldn't it? Hi, we're Games Workshop. We don't want to make any money this summer. We want to give away free DLC for a game where someone else makes the money. But welcome, Steve. Bro, Craftinator with the 5. Thank you so much. It's going to be Bones. Welcome to the Boneyard. There's blood in the water. I'm not going to try and do the full yelly growl of Parkway Drive. But that's immediately what I think. I think of the song Boneyards. If you haven't heard it by Parkway Drive, check it out. It's great. It's a great song. Bring back Gorka Morka? Yeah, maybe. But that's the thing, right? Is like, Old World has got to breathe, and it's got to be successful for them to bring out a box game that supports it. Horus Heresy, Legions Imperialis and Aeronautica and all that stuff, it only happens because Horus Heresy had a core audience that was there for ages, and they wanted to redo it, and they thought that was the best place to do it, you know? Big Ron, thank you so much for becoming a member. That is very, very kind of you, our first new member of the day. You are a legend. Thank you so much, Big Ron. Big up, Big Ron. It's copium, but I'm hoping that robot silhouette they showed off is them porting it to AdMech. I could see it. I could see it, maybe. Though they have shown more and more recently that they want to remove Horus Heresy from 40k. Old World is missing High Elves only, right? Or will Wood Elves also end up with a release? It's High Elves, Wood Elves, and Beasts of Chaos. It's the last 3. Wood Elves have their own section in the Armies of Order, or whatever it's called. I can't remember. Because there's the Ravening Hordes, and then there's the other one. Anyway, High Elves, Wood Elves, and Beasts of Chaos are all that remain after Empire of Man. If they don't do justice to the Lucius sculpt this time, I'm kicking off. That's fair, Mr. Glitch. I think they will, based on Fulgrim. I play Dwarf, so I got my release and I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? The thing I'm interested about with Warhammer Fantasy is what happens next year, 2026. Something's got to happen with it, right? Once it's all out. Because all the stuff's going to come out. It's all going to be there. It's all going to be done. It's all going to be available. So what's next? And I think if it's been a success, if they can justify it, that's where you're going to start seeing older kits get renewed. Like brand new Pegasus Knights, as a great example. Or Tomb Guard for the Tomb Kings. Or we'll see that Cathay and Kislev that they were supposed to lead the line with and then quietly just got rid of. Big Rod, thank you very much for the $5. Your Stormcast vids are spot on. Learned so much. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Big Ron. And Mr. Glitch, thank you very much for becoming a member. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are being very generous tonight. I appreciate that. We have 28 minutes left to go. You had forgotten to do something? No, Mr. Glitch, you're fine. To be fair, getting a hold of stuff is still hard for some of the earlier releases. And there's that as well. Which I think that generally would indicate that the Rangers are doing well. It's just that there isn't that much of a production allocation to it. So it's slowly producing the models, but as soon as they come in, they go out again because they get sold out immediately. Which would say to me that it's doing okay. It's just quietly doing okay because there aren't, like, you know, 40k and, well, 40k generally takes up all of the airways on the internet, generally. If you think of the larger channels, they generally are 40k focused rather than anything else focused. So you don't see tons and tons of, you know, it's not everyone's creating old world battle reports, so therefore it might seem like nobody's playing it, but it must be doing well, right, if the models are constantly out of stock. Did I update that member count for you, Mr. Glitch? I think I did. We've had 2. What were we on? I think that is right. For the most part, people just allow Legends Army, though Skaven is in a bad way. I'd probably be more interested in Old World if the 2 factions I play right now weren't unsupported, Lizardman and Skaven. I see. Oh, okay. I missed the first part of that conversation. I hope for a Soulblight box set and not just a guy on a steed. Well, maybe we will see a Soulblight box. I don't know. I can't survive doing an army box a month. I will be a shadow of the man I was if we're doing army boxes every month. They announced the Lord of the Rings reprint, but it's delayed in Australia, so I'm not looking forward to them not being in stock. Yeah, that is a shame. I want Soulblight Cav so bad. What, to go with your Blood Knights? You've got Blood Knights. They're pretty good. I tell you what I want. I want armoured vampires on foot as infantry to accompany my Vampire Lord model that I did a while ago, in a similar vein to the troops that you see at the Brailer fight in the Castlevania animated series. That's what I want. That's what they really need. It's what they're missing. I mean, you've got the Eskurgan True Blades, but I mean, they're okay, but they're not the greatest thing since sliced bread. But what they need is a sort of mainline thing. Is the new season of that show good? I haven't watched it yet. It only started today, I think. Got a lot of inspiration from your Mortarion video. Oh, thank you, Hameen Talks. I hope it was good inspiration. Just an entire unit of that Underworld's warband. Yeah. I watched all new episodes of Castlevania. Well, don't spoil it, Abdul. You know it's important to me. I hold it dear to my chest. In here, in my heart. Soulblight Gravelords? Castlevania. Animated series. Best show on television. We watched it. I finally got Alice to watch it with me, and she loved it as well. We didn't watch Nocturne. I didn't want to put her through that in a row. I thought maybe I'd have a bit of time to show her Nocturne before the second season of it came out. But I haven't had that time. I'll have to have a conversation with her to see if she wants to watch it, which I can do in about 40 minutes time, because she'll wake up and be like, "What is he?" And I'll be like, "You knew this." I just built the Old World's Watchtower for AOS. Have you done a video on that or the Fortified Manor? I can't seem to see one. I haven't done a video on those. I need to get a Fortified Manor, but I was going to buy it at the time, and then I choked on the price because I couldn't afford it, basically. I still can't, I don't think. I don't know how much it is in these days. Fortified Manor of the Empire. It is £74. Yeah, so I haven't done a video on it because I didn't get sent one and I don't have one and I couldn't afford it. And it's temporarily out of stock. So there you go. That's the answer to that. I heard mixed things about the last season. I think the first season of Nocturne is good. And it is great. It's peak Castlevania in the final episode. New Space Hulk rumors. Be very nice if true. New Blood Angels Terminators. I don't think it's going to happen. At least not for now. This is the edition of Terminators, but I don't think they're going to slap out a new Assault Terminators kit without it being Codex worthy. It won't just be it'll have to be attached to something. You're probably most likely to see a new Assault Terminators kit in 11th edition box set, is what I would guess. Or maybe they'll do a weird thing like Strike Force Augustus was, like 3 months before the edition, and there it is, the Assault Terminators. But yeah, who else has got hopes for tonight? We've had Soulblight. We've had some Emperor's Children. We've had people thinking of that. We've had the Thanatar Calyx, or however you're supposed to say it. So that's been a guess. I think we're going to see Beasts of Chaos tonight for Old World. There's a square base in there. You can see it. And it looks like a beastly shaman of some kind. I want to know how they will handle Bjorn. Seriad, I don't want to alarm you, but Blood Angels lost all of their firstborn dreadnoughts. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Space Wolves also lost all of their firstborn dreadnoughts. And they don't kill off Bjorn, he's just hanging out. They didn't kill off Brother Corbulo. He's still in charge of the Sanguinary Priesthood. Just doesn't have a model or rules anymore. I don't want to alarm you. I have no hopes for anything. I'll be happy as long as we get cool models. I think we need to remember that the 5-pane preview is now 3 panes. Oh no. Maybe they've pulled something. Eldar and Emp's Children fan, so I'm hoping for some love. My wallet isn't, though. Lots of chaos tonight. Knights. Do you think we're going to get a new Primarch for the Imperium to go with Fulgrim? No. Maybe at the end of the edition. You might see... If you don't see Space Wolves this year, you'll see them in, like, March next year, and Russ will be with them. Hey Warhipster, just wanting to say thank you for your painting videos. They're a big inspiration for me. Let's hope we get a good first reveal stream of the year. I hope so too, Meme Supreme 614. I hope we get a good reveal stream. It better be worth me staying up 40 minutes past my normal bedtime. Well, I say 40 minutes past my normal bedtime. We've got the actual preview to go through. I'm not just chatting for an hour and then hanging up before we go. It feels too soon for a new Imperium Primarch, honestly. We just got Lion, and he has done 2 things so far, and we have heard nothing else. We literally just got Angron as well. And Fulgrim's on the way. Angron was last year, I think, wasn't he? When was Angron? Angry Ron. Angron. Yeah, 1 year ago. Apparently. 4th of February 2023. Oh, so it's nearly 2 years old. It says 1 year ago on my thing. So you got Angron, then you got the Lion. When was the Lion then? You got me guessing. Can't remember now. Oh, there he is. He was April 2023. Yeah, well, there you go. Hoping for some awesome Beastmen Old World stuff so I can traumatize my friend with Dragon Ogres. That would be nice. He was the 2023 Model of the Year, wasn't he? Yeah, well, yeah. And do you know what? Last year... Nemesis Claw upgrade sprue. That was deemed as good as Angron. As good as the Lion. By the good folks out there. As Model of the Year. An upgrade sprue. It's so funny. Hello, Probably Fat. Heyo, Emperor of Paint Guides. Oh, that is a lofty title. I'd say I'm more of a Viscount. But that's my own critical head. Usheran better than both. Yes. I agree. I can't believe the basic legionary squad with upgrade sprue won. Yeah, well, and that's why they separated out the categories, Sly Guy 77. Because if they didn't separate out the categories this year, then they would have had to crown the Model of the Year as Nemesis Claw upgrade sprue. Because 40k just gets more votes. Can you imagine? And the best model we did all year was an upgrade sprue for Chaos Legionaries. You guys are the best. Rumour is no Eidolon coming, though he just had a book released. I hate the waiting. Is Eidolon still at large in the 40k universe? I mean, their named character has always been Lucius. You know. It didn't even go to Asmodai or Lamatis. Well, see, that's the thing. The Nemesis Claw upgrade sprue. In the defense of the people, Okay. The Nemesis Claw upgrade sprue at least gave you new models. It's old models, but it gave you new, cool-looking Night Lords models. Pretty much everything else that was released by 40k last year was just taller versions of old Finecast models. And it showed in the voting. And I hate to say that I'm right in all things, which I'm not. But in this situation, people are just excited when you get to do something new with your Warhammer models, rather than make your armies taller, you know? Anyone know when the show starts? It starts in 15 minutes. We can actually start getting things ready now. I will start prepping said stream. Twitch stream just went live. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Just make sure that's muted. Thank you. And we get rid of the chat because it's toxic as hell. And we pop that onto theatre mode. And then I line it up on here. It means we have to minimize some things. Get rid of all of that. And that. And that. I've just turned off the overhead camera, actually. We're not going to be needing it for a while. Twitch chat is wild. Do you know what's really wild? A hype train happening on Warhammer Twitch. That means people are subscribing. With their Twitch primes, giving money to a business through Twitch. That's really strange. It's a strange thing to do. Twitch. Boom. Turn that on. Minimize that. Maybe if I just hike it out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. I also want to sub to the advertisement stream. That's what I mean. It's like, why would you? Why would you give them your Twitch primes? Give your Twitch primes to creators. Not me, I'm not on Twitch. Don't give me your Twitch primes. That would be silly. That would be a very poor thing to do. You know? If you have Twitch primes. If you have Amazon Prime, give your Twitch Prime to somebody who deserves it. Not Games Workshop. Just deal with the adverts for Oral-B. It's fine. It's fine. You can live with it. Right, we've got 10 minutes to go before the Las Vegas Open 2025 show begins. Solution there, Warhipster. Start a Twitch then. Well, I did think about it. I thought about doing streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. But I've never streamed on Twitch, so I don't know what it looks like, and it scares me. Because, for those of you who don't know, I get very anxious about doing the wrong thing and making mistakes in front of all of you. Even though I frequently make them, I'm happy to do it once I go live. I'm happy to make the odd mistake, but I don't want to get it completely wrong, you know? Twitch has a better back end than YouTube. But see, my main focus is YouTube, so I'm not going to restream to YouTube. It would be restreaming to Twitch, so I wouldn't be using Twitch's back end. I would be using Restream to do it, or OBS, or whatever the hell. But I just haven't figured out. I basically need someone who's good at streaming to sit down with me and show me how to do it, and then maybe we'll start streaming on Twitch at the same time as when we do our normal streams. I've never been able to sit for a Twitch stream, sensory overload with all that chat and stuff happening on stream whenever I try. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why we don't, like, I don't do the whole have the chat on screen and all that kind of thing. I think it's distracting and difficult to deal with. Okay, so we've just learned something very valuable there. I cannot minimize it. So just let me know if you can see everything. It hasn't started yet. It starts in 9 minutes. Can you see all of that? Is that all good? It looks like it's good on my end. Yeah? Perfect. All right. Excellent. Excellent. See, this is why YouTube chat is the best in the world. Because you guys look after me. You're nice. You're kind. You're lovely. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. And have I mentioned how good you look today? You look great. I look like crap because it's the end of the day. But that doesn't matter. I might just pause this lovely noodly blues music that's happening in the background, and we'll see if we're getting noise from this. We are getting noise from that, so it means they are technically half live. But we'll mute that just for the moment, because we'll have to fiddle with the sound settings to make sure that you guys can hear it okay. Maybe if I put it about there. How's that? Let's tell me if you can hear this music. How's that? Is that okay? Is that okay? There was BG music. Yeah, there was some. Don't worry. Okay, we'll mute that so we don't get DMCA'd. Way too low. Okay, I'll turn it up in a minute. There will be more noise, naturally. Twitch is at full volume, basically, when I unmute it. So I'll bump up the volume just a little bit. Pump up the volume. 73 minutes in 16 days. You're a champ. Thanks for all the tutorials. I followed the Stingwings and loved the result. Excellent, Rob's a lot MTG. Stingwings is a good video. I'm really proud of that video. Have you been to sleep? No, I haven't been to sleep, Procrastinator. I've been working. I worked all the way up until we went live. This is so normally I would finish work 53 minutes ago. Sometimes we go a little bit longer. Sometimes we go a little bit longer. If it's say like I'm trying to finish Lord Marshal Dreer in time for the if I was trying to finish the Death Riders in time for the sprue review video to be edited on Saturday. That was a that was a work till 5 AM. Night owl then. This is what I have to do. I have to put these ridiculous hours in to get the videos all done. And it's easier for me to film at night because we live in rented accommodation, so I can't soundproof this building. So if I do all my filming during the day, it's just covered in noise pollution. So it's easier for me to do hobby at night, do all my filming at night. But one day, this year, hopefully, we will move to a new studio. Hopefully. And if we do, we will we'll be cooking, you know. And I'll be able to like have a regular sleep pattern like a normal human being. That would be incredible, you know. Let me try and put the chat there and put OBS on the other side like that. That might work. 73 models is great progress. They're a goal in mind. Yeah, 500. Last year we did 600, and 600 was too many. So 500 is my goal this year, which feels a little bit easier. What a post-work treat this is. That's lovely, Ben. What, me or the LVO preview? Because we don't know yet. We'll find out. Good morning, Dan. I saw that Dahi was here, actually. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I like hipster tutorials. Saw him live. Figured it'd be chill for the reveal. Oh yeah, these reveal streams were very, very chilled out. Unless people go mental and start gifting loads of memberships and all that kind of thing, and then it gets quite emotional because I'm tired and just, you know, the tears come, and then it's a little bit more emotionally charged. But otherwise, we're pretty chill. Unless something just like absolutely tickles my pickle. We'll have to see what happens. I did 74 models in all of 2024, which is the most I painted in a single year, and most of that is thanks to Hipster. Oh, that's awesome, Cat. Any chance we'll get a Shaven Doomflayers video anytime soon? I assume you mean Skaven. I'm trying to find the time and the determination. We shall have to see. I'm pretty booked out for the next couple of weeks. Maybe we've got some more sound. I'm just going to hit the refresh button. And we're going to see if...
There are few.
Nope. That is an advert for a car. That is not what we want. A little bit louder. Yeah, we'll get it a little bit louder in a minute. We'll pump it. Louder! It's easier to balance once I know what Warhammer are doing. Epic music. Yeah, they like an epic. They like chase music for everything. You see, gets the adrenaline pumping and all that. Guys, you've been incredible. We have 78 likes on the stream. Can we pump that to 100 likes? We have almost 200 people watching. If we pump it to 100 likes, I will keep my shirt on. What a threat. What a treat. What a reward. Oh dear. 2 minutes to 5. We have entered the Twilight Zone now. Taking my like away for that. No, Sam! How many likes for shirt off? I will take my shirt off if we get to 200 likes. How's that? We're having fun. Good morning, Maureen. I'm going to refresh the stream one more time because they are 1 minute away, and sometimes they start it 1 minute early. They have not. I didn't get another advert. It wasn't for Oral-B or anything like that. How long do these preview streams go? They usually last anywhere between half an hour and an hour. It could be an hour if they want to spend 45 minutes talking about a tree, which they have done before. It was a Blood Bowl tree, and they took 25 minutes of an hour-long preview to talk about it. And it was spectacular because it wasn't a particularly interesting tree. Oh, we're live. Okay.
Hey folks, and welcome to the Warhammer preview. My name's Nick.
How's
this
that?
is Alex, and we're going to be your guides through the next hour or so of wonderful new stuff to look at.
Hour or so,
now,
there you go.
The Las Vegas Open is taking place in Nevada right now as we speak. If you're there at the event, we hope you're having a wonderful time. But Alex, we've got some seriously
The
good
volume
stuff to
okay?
look at, right?
We do indeed. We've got
Volume's
stuff
good.
from
You can
Warhammer
hear
86,
me.
Warhammer 40,000,
You can hear them.
Necromunda, and the Old World. But
We're not
that's enough from us.
fighting each other for
I've got to reveal
supremacy.
now that I am incredibly excited for.
Alright, here we go. First reveal. Age of Sigmar first. Yeah. Age of Sigmar. Yeah. Restless Deadmar. There you go. Soulblight Gravelords. You predicted it. Grave Guard! Barrow Guard. Come on. Change the name. What we got? Looks like you Barrow Knights. Right, okay, yeah, just changing the name. Gruesome Honor Guard. We're a named character on Skeleton Steed. Oh no, just another White King on Skeleton Steed. We did a video for that not too long ago. Soulblight Gravelords, Fear the Dark. Called it. You nailed it. You nailed it, guys.
That is a beautiful box for the Soulblight.
It's an
Gravelords.
army box.
So this is the Death Rattle army set. And as you can see, it is skeleton heavy.
It is. I bet you're a happy chappy right now.
I am very
Inside
happy.
the box, we've got the brand
Well, that's
new
fun.
White
That
Lord
will
and
make
or
me
King
paint some
on
Death
Skeleton
Rattle.
Steed leading the force there. Lots of the new Barrow Guard
Interesting.
and the new Barrow Knights as
There you
well.
go.
There's 20 Barrow
An
Guard
advert
and
for a
5 Barrow
toothbrush.
Knights in the box.
There are
Of course, this
20
box
Barrow
contains the
Guard
battle
Knight.
tome, the War Scroll cards, what you've come to expect.
Okay.
It's really so cool. This box isn't out. Tell me about it, man. What's your favourite part of this?
I think it's going to have to be that White King.
He's so cool. We'll come to him in a second. But first of all, who are the Barrow Guard?
Right. So the Barrow
Grave
Guard,
Guard is what
guys
they
are
are.
basically
They were
the
Grave
White
Guard.
King or the White Lord's bodyguard.
Why the king got to be
And they're
white? I
slain
know.
At the time of his death, knowingly or not, willingly
Right.
or not, they're then interred with him.
Sucks for vampires,
and
but
so when
Soulblight
the
was
curse
always
strikes and he's
crammed.
risen, they
Yeah.
come with him.
These are a fantastic set of miniatures. There's
They're very
10
cool.
models per
Very
kit.
nice for
You
your
get 20 of them in
games
the
of Dungeons and
Death Rattle
Dragons
Army
as well.
set, and
If
can
you
make
need
the
extra
banner,
minions
the champion
for
musician as you
your
normally
other
can. Now, if you already play Soulblight Gravelords
tabletop
and you have
RPGs,
Grave Guard in your force, then
larger
this
bases
unit, Barrow
too,
Guard, are
32
simply a
millimeter. They
replacement
might
inside
be.
the
They
book
might
for
be that they're on
unit, so you can use your
27 and a
Grave Guard
half.
models
It's that
as
weird
these if you'd
size
like to.
that
These ones
Games
can be
Workshop
armed
likes
with
to
both a
have.
sword and a shield, or you can see some at the back there with a big double-handed axe as well. They're really cool, these guys. Super armoured
There we go.
skeletons. The elite skeletons, as if such a thing is possible. And in
Well,
game, they can deliver crit more.
I have said I always wanted
with
to
their
do a
weapons
Soulblight
and protect
Gravelords
nearby
army, so
heroes as well.
maybe-
So elite bodyguards for heroes. They're
Maybe
really cool, right?
this is the
Indeed, I'm
time to
thinking
finally
of
get on with
elite
it
Death
and deal
Rattle
with it.
units. We've also got the Barrow Knights. So these guys are basically the
They're very
nobles
pretty.
of the Barrow kingdoms. They were buried alongside their
And because of
horses,
the way
when they
Games
prison,
Workshop has
taken them
changed
back,
how you do
they've
battle
retained a
tomes
little bit
and all
more
this
of
kind
their
of thing,
sentience
I would
than the
imagine
average
they
Death
will be
Rattle. So they've
equipped with
got some
Barrow
little
Knight
quirks from life.
weapons.
So after battle, they
So,
have a habit of grabbing banners or
swords and
trinkets from the
lances
battlefield as
won't have to-
trophies.
I
Won't
like
have
these.
to-
Basically,
won't have to
the
worry
skeletons
about
with
it.
a bit of a personality, essentially. I like that a lot. This again, box set has 5 models in the box. They make a champion musician and standard in
Two
there
of the
as well.
Vangorian Court
And
Battle
again,
Force.
if
That is
you've
a
got
lot.
Black Knights in your force already. These are a sort of almost replacement for those. So you can use your Black Knights as these, or use these new models if you'd
it is
like
an
to as well.
update.
Heavily armored cavalry that can protect
is
a
an
local
update.
cavalry hero as well, which is pretty cool.
They're very cool.
And they've got a rule called Cursed
They're nice.
to Rise, where you
gonna
can just
buy out
bring models
Skeleton
back to
Horde.
the unit with no dice rolls required, which is really cool. So these guys just don't die. Again, I guess. But who we got leading the force?
Indeed. So this is the centerpiece model from that Death Rattle box.
I'm surprised.
This is the White King. So these guys were the rulers of the Barrow kingdoms, and when they're buried, it tended to be
Surprised it's not a
opulence.
named
There might be
character.
sarcophagus
It might
of
be a
gold
named character. There
or
might be a
great
named version
golden
of it.
chair,
But I'm
that
surprised
kind of
it's not a
thing,
named
buried
character.
alongside their bodyguards. They were grim, very
It
warlike
does mean,
sort of kingdoms. So
for those of you
these
out there
guys
who
have
are
an
interested in
awful
such
lot of
things,
will.
tactical
So it
buying,
takes a very powerful vampire
if it's
to kind
not
of
a named
take
character,
control of them. And
buying
as
two
we'll
of them,
talk about in a bit
absolutely a
when we look at
legitimate
Battletome,
thing. The only thing you would have
you can
then
now
is a
field
spare
entire
battletome
armies
and
of
war scroll
Death Rattle
cards,
skeletons led by these guys.
presumably.
It's so cool. The
So you
king,
can
of
just buy
course,
two
there
and
is
sell
one
what
of
you
two
don't want.
options. It can also make the White Lord as well, sort of maybe a lesser rank.
It's like
of a
different with the
skeleton
Death
hero.
Corps of Krieg army
on the
set, right?
tabletop,
Because
the
there
king
isn't
is
a
little bit
generic
more
marshal
powerful
on
and can
horse.
bestow ancient
So
Barrow curses upon your enemies, which is
no
terrifying,
manifestation
whereas
slash
the
faction
Lord is
terrain.
more of a leader
If
for
there's
your
an army
cavalry,
set,
so he
I would
bestows a
guess
few
that there's going to be a
benefits on
second
cavalry
wave.
units in your army. So if you want to have a whole
Because
army
there's
of
definitely going to be
cavalry,
a second
this
wave
is
for
guy you
the
want
Git
leading it
mob.
if you wanted it.
You know,
Now, these aren't the
'Cause it's not
only
all in the
leaders
army set.
going for the
Doom
Soulblight
Diver, for
Gravelords, are
example.
they?
There you
Here
go.
we are,
Not all
Prince
that's coming.
Vhordrai, Master of the Crimson Keep.
You
Now,
guessed it. You
Prince
nailed
Vhordrai
it.
is back from
Cat,
the Age of
I think.
Myth. He's not been Nagash's favourite the whole time.
Prince
He was-
Vhordrai.
After a rebellion, he was cursed to
Gets a
basically be bound to
specific.
the Crimson
Oh,
Keep,
that's a
which
very nice
was
paint
torn
job.
out of time and space, and so it appears randomly across the realms. However, as you'll find out in the Battletome, it has been appearing in places Nagash didn't necessarily want it. So
It's
there's
a
definitely
very
something
pretty
going
paint
on
job
here.
on the.
Now, this model is absolutely spectacular. It
It's
is
huge as well. It's on 160 mil.
Make
base.
sure you're subscribed
Monstrous.
to Warhipster
So much
for
bigger
a
than the
Contrast Plus
previous
guide on
incarnation
how
of
to
the model.
paint Prince Vhordrai.
It was so cool to see, and what a centerpiece model it is as well.
Oh, yes.
That lance is almost as
Why
tall as the
would you send me
Revenant Draconith he sits upon, named
a notification
Shortmare. Am
for
I
that?
right?
I'm sorry if I
It
just
is.
everyone
Shortmare
got a
was the
PC
first
notification.
Draconith
That was
to sort
me.
of dabble
It
in
was Armory
necromancy,
Crate.
attempted to raise a load of other Draconith.
I don't know why.
Didn't go particularly well. All kind of backfired, and he ended up in undead himself.
Just a beautiful, beautiful model.
That's
And of course,
beautiful.
the model being a bit bigger means on the tabletop he's got a little bit tougher. His health's gone up to 18, which makes him even harder to kill than he previously was. But just an incredible centerpiece for your Soulblight collection. But
It's
that's
awesome.
not the only model that comes in that
There
kit.
you
If you
go.
wanted to, you could also build this. The Revenant Draconith, which is essentially a huge sort of zombified dragon, but without a rider on the back.
Yes, indeed. So these are fairly rare. Whilst Nagash and Shortmare did attempt to raise a number of them, Grandis and
Hi,
Kazai
Games
did not
Workshop.
take
If,
one or two out
if
and
you're
hunted them
watching-
down. And so, if you're a vampire
please.
lord in need of something incredibly hard hitting,
I need
you
to
go
do
in
one of
search
each.
one of these. You best bring a lot of meat,
Two, please.
and a lot of
Thank you.
willpower to kind of control them. But there's an element whenever they
Pleasure
roar,
doing business with
apparently,
you.
that is almost lonesome. Like there's a memory of who they used to be locked in there.
That's really cool. I like that a
And
lot.
use Zombie
There's-
Dragon for
on
my
the
SE
tabletop, these,
FEC. Yeah, well,
can
yeah,
fly
exactly.
high.
You can
One
just
of my players from
presumably
yesterday
just
might
use it as
remember
a
flying
stand-in.
high, and this Revenant Draconith can do that off the battlefield and then come down later on, striking down.
That's
if it
difficult
wants to,
because
and
I
can keep doing that
have
throughout
two
the game,
zombie
which is
dragons
really
that I
cool.
need to build and paint.
It's terrifying
And I
to
don't
the
want
face.
to be
And we'll come on to it later on. But I wanted to point out that one of the regiments in the one of the regiments of renown in the
Oh, dear.
Battletome is called
That
the
alone, I
Beast
would
of
build an army
Castle
around.
Stenstein,
I'm with you.
which
on
allows you to take a
Elijah.
Revenant Draconith in any death army. So you want one of
There you
these in your
go.
Rossi Arc or your Nighthawk
You can
Force,
use it in
your
FEC.
Flesh Eaters, you go for it. It's a really cool thing that
brilliant.
all death players can have a go at. It's really, really cool. Right, well, we mentioned the Battletome. Let's
We
have a
did
look at
indeed.
that. What can we expect from the Battletome, Alex?
I
So,
love that
the
up.
Battletome is,
That
as we can see
bar-
from that,
that
box set at the
cover
start,
work,
is highly
cover art.
focused on
It's
the
very
Barrow
nice.
kingdoms and the death rattle
Good
skeletons.
morning,
As I
tattoo
said before,
zoologist.
It allows you to field an entire army.
Skeleton
just of
Horde
skeletons.
contrast stonks
That's
going
not
up. Yeah,
all it's
make sure you get your
That's
Skeleton
your
Horde
main focus.
contrast going.
Out of skeletons.
Also,
But,
Agrax
so
Earthshade.
all
That's
the
very good for
background, all the
bones.
lore, all the
Very, very,
armies,
very
as you
good for
said,
bones.
Regiments of renown. One of my favourite parts of it is that
The
it
new
continues
Agrax
the lore
Earthshade,
of the
not the old one.
vampires
The new
and how
one's
the
much
Soulblight
better.
have kind of reacted
It's not
to the
that
Hour
new
of
now,
Blood,
it's
which
over
they
3
refer
years
to as
old.
The Time of Blood.
But I have found I have
Sorry,
to start
the
referring
Time
to it as a
of Vile Blood.
reformulated stuff
Probably
recently.
because of all.
People are still getting through their
Not
old
that
pots of
tasty.
Seraphim Sepia, for
Fair
example.
enough. As normal, and in the Battletome, we've come to expect so everything from battle formations, traits, enhancements, spell laws, everything you might
laws.
expect to see. What's really exciting is that for the first time in a long time, we've got new faction terrain and manifestations for the Soulblight Gravelords. But we're not going to show
Called
those
it.
quite yet. You'll have to watch out for those in the near future. There are 4 new battle formations in the book, including my favourites, the Death Stench Drove, which is all about having a horde of zombies
Don't tell
go
us the
across
names
the table.
if you're not
The
going to
Path
show
to
us the
Glory
models.
lets you follow the path of
Stop
either
it,
a
Nick.
vampire
That's
or a
not cool.
non-vampire hero.
Don't
And
do
there's
that.
2 regiments, 2 armies, of renown in there: the Knights of the Crimson Keep and the
There you
Barrow
go,
Legion,
or
your
will be.
favourite one.
Told you.
All about the skeletons, which is cool. And the 2 regiments of renown, which lets you take that Revenant Draconith, and one which again we're going to keep secret.
Showing
for
with the
now,
regiments
as
for
more
now,
coming
wonder
on
if it
later
can
on,
still
but,
benefit from the fun
absolutely
monster
fantastic
detachment in
as always.
FEC. It might,
for
it
the
might,
studio.
maybe.
And also in the Battletome is the new Spearhead, the Death Rattle Tomb host, focusing on those Death Rattle
that's cool.
skeletons once more. Now, this isn't a replacement for
The
the Blood
old
Crate
one.
one, which is still legal. It just means you're getting
The
an
old
extra
White
spearhead.
King there at the
So we're
front.
going to paint a second spearhead for the first time, a real skeleton crew, right?
That's implying that I've only got one spearhead so far.
Well, that's the we go. We've got the new spearhead on the way. It's not going to be coming alongside the release.
That's
It's gonna
cool.
be a little bit
There's
later,
another one to do
so
for Project
you may have to
Spearhead.
raise them from dead a little bit
Only
after the
available at
release.
Warhipster.
But
Make
we've
sure you
also got
subscribe,
a
hit
novel
the like
from
button,
Black
do all that
Library
good
as well,
stuff.
haven't we?
Do
YouTube magical
indeed.
YouTube
This
buttons.
is the Masters of Death Omnibus by David Annandale, and it brings together a number of his stories.
So that's the Black Library
Neferata,
portion of
Dominion
the
Bones,
preview.
Dynasty of Monsters, a Soulblight Gravelords novel, as well as 3 shorts the Threshold, Obsidian, the Dance with Skulls. So this is basically your gateway into the background and the narrative of the Soulblight.
I don't really like those compilation books. They're really annoying.
It's time to talk a little bit about
everyone
this
gets
year's Black
manifestations
Library
and terrain.
celebration.
I'm curious what Caradron Overlords will eventually get. Yeah, me so, me too. Black Library Celebration, here we go. Haven't we already seen Malineth's model? Oh, we heard about the book before. Minkalesk again. Sick. Lovely.
Now, normally we spend a day celebrating Black Library. This year, we're going to go a little bit further, a bit more time.
I dug
perhaps,
this out.
and we're actually releasing some really cool models alongside the Black Library celebration and the books that are coming this time as well. First of all, let's have a look at Malineth Witchblade. What a superb model that is. Alex, who is Malineth?
Waste of time.
And where did she come from?
So Malineth was one of the daughters of Cain. She was trained as an assassin. She ended up working for the Order of Azir, and as part of
This
that,
is the second time we're talking about Malineth. And I know it's cool, but the second time.
They didn't get along great.
They are really
Malineth,
stretching this
attempted to poison
preview.
him,
Yeah.
but seeing as Gotrek is still roaming the mortal realms, that did not work out. So despite not being particularly friendly, she did come to sort of have a great respect for him, and sort of almost the hope he brought to the mortal realms. And this is coming alongside the Shade of Cain by
Dear Games
Dickon.
Workshop. Minkalesk,
Show that off
100%.
preview.
Yes,
It's
please.
such a beautiful miniature. It really, really is. On the tabletop, it's actually
Malineth
going to be
as
its
well.
own
That would be
Legends
very kind.
war scroll to use in the game as well, if you'd like to use that model. She excels
Why are we
in
talking about
hiding
this?
inside
I don't know,
units and
Andrew.
leaping out. Again,
Probably because this is the
Elven
last
Assassin,
bit for
fans
the
from
Age of
yesteryear might
Sigmar
recognise that
preview.
as things happened before. She's got sort of poison throwing dart she throws at
Could
people
just be
as
the
well.
paint job. It could just be the
a great
paint
model
job.
as well if you want to use an alternative, maybe as a high gladiatrix in your Daughters of Cain army. And you need to make sure you're visiting Warhammer stores during the Black Library celebration, because there'll be some exclusive scenarios to play with her on the tabletop too.
No.
Which will be very cool. So that's Malineth Witchblade coming soon. But also,
I will not. You
with
can't
the Black
make
Library
me.
celebration, we have this. This is Hell's Last, a new command squad starring Minkalesk
That's
and
amazing.
her command squad. Alex, who is Minkalesk?
So Minkalesk is one of the few.
Look, I know
survivors
she's
of
had a
Cain.
miniature, a
She
Black
managed to
Library
escape,
miniature.
and
This
as
is
a White
beautiful.
Shield, she then became a guardsman. So the White Shield is sort of the planetary defense forces of Cadia, and she's risen all the way to captain. And this is coming out at the same time as the novel of the same name.
It's a
Hell's Last.
beautiful,
Yeah, we've seen that's
beautiful
coming
set
from
of
Justin G.
miniatures.
Hill.
Indeed.
We've seen Minkalesk in other books before. The Last White Shield Omnibus is available as well from Black Library. Do check that out. On the
Not a great
field,
photo.
She's also getting her own Legends data card to use in game as well, should you want to. But it's also a great collector's box set to just paint
yes.
up.
Yeah,
And
I'm
if you want
getting
to
it.
use alternative
want
miniatures,
it.
I mean, Lesk would
Give
make
it to
a
me.
great sort of
Give it to
alternative
me now.
Castellan for your Astra Militarum force.
What is the
I mean,
first
that's,
Minkalesk
Commissar Shand.
novel?
That would
Doesn't
make
she
a
appear
great
in Fall of
Commissar
Cadia?
force if you wanted to as well. So just a really beautiful box of miniatures to get painting on.
Now,
thought she
going
was in
from
that.
the 41st millennium, we're going old to the old world.
Old World, High Elves, there we go. Right, what's new? Eagle-eyed. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled. Maybe it's all new. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? It's not. That was a roller coaster. Okay. Our fleets are ever vigilant. Vigilant. This is okay. Help improve Twitch. No. For the forces of I can't read. Forces of evil are seldom rested. Okay. This is quite a long video for quite a small section of what's supposed to be coming for the High Elves. These elves
So
and
the
pukes.
High Elf realms return to the old world, and we're starting off with that
Interesting.
wonderful battalion box, like we've seen for other releases. It is jam-packed full of troops. We've got 32 spearmen, 32 archers, and those 2 Tyrannok chariots. Now, they can be built in an alternate way, can't they?
You're right. The Tyrannok chariot is the one that's pulled by the horses. At the front is the one that's pulled by lions, is the White Lion chariot of Shrace as well. A bit more brutal option. But yeah, the High Elves are a beloved faction in the old world. And
Those
it's
are
great to see
all
them
old,
coming
right?
They are as elite as it gets when it comes to forces like this. So all their models are just better than yours, basically. And the elves like telling you about it as well. This Battalion Force is a great way to start an army. It's not just the only thing that's coming alongside the High Elf Realms release, though. There's loads of other plastic models coming too. What have we got?
Come on.
We've got the Lord on Dragon. These are the White Lions of Trace. We've got the Swordmasters of Hoeth, the Illyrian Reavers, Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, because why use gunpowder when this is so reliable?
Well, those are a few of our favourites, right? But there is loads more, and I'm sure you'll see some pictures on the Warhammer Community website if you want to go and check those out. But basically, if it was in plastic before, you can pretty much get hold of it now. So High Elf fans are going to be really happy about that. Now, there's loads of miniatures people will recognise from yesteryear, of course, but there are some new models coming alongside the release too, right?
There are indeed. The first is a Shire Vest, the Sentinel of the Silent Isle. This is basically one of the Sea Lord's most capable and long-serving warriors. She's been trusted with the coastal garrison of the Silent Isle, and she's ascended through the ranks through years of dedicated service. You imagine the elves are the meritocracy. And she spent most of her recent years hunting for Norscan raiders because they've been a lot more active.
Oh, that's really cool. I like the fact she's carrying a trident called Matlan's Ire, which is great. She's irritated with you and she's going to stab you with a trident. It's great. We've also got the Lord of Shrace, right?
We do indeed. So Shrace is the land of mountains and forest. Since the invasion of Chaos, has basically been plagued by horrible beasts.
Most of the High Elves were plastic. Yeah, they were quite a mainline range, as I recall.
Lions, and you're not deemed to be a true warrior of Trace without having captured.
That's definitely resin.
Lions, and they tend to bring back the pelts. So if you're a lord from Trace, you're going to have one of these.
And a giant axe as well.
Oh, yes.
It's
almost definitely resin.
Now, let's have a quick check about the Arcane Journal, because those two characters are quite relevant to the book that's coming alongside it. This is, as other players will know, an in-depth look at the history of the High Elves and the stories of their forces, and full rules on how to use their armies outside of the forces of fantasy they will all have in that book.
So is everything being released now plastic or a mix of resin and plastic? Most of it is plastic, and then pretty much any new characters have all been resin so far. Apart from like the Bretonian Lord and the Necrolith Bone Dragon and a couple of bits here and there. I think the Dwarf King, he's plastic as well, but most of it is resin characters. Stuff like Elise Duchard, for example, or Ungrimanthes,
as they venture into Bretonia to basically
and some metal, some metal ones have returned
without permission. There's a little bit of diplomatic tomfoolery going on in there, but it's a wonderful read.
The two armies of infamy you have mentioned there. The first one is the Seaguard Garrison. This is an all-Lothern army and includes a vest there,
Lothern Seaguard coming.
Lots of different ways to build your models and different ways to represent things like
I do like the
ship's
Lothern
company
Seaguard. They are nice.
Or that sort of thing. And the other army is the Trace Warhost. That's the one that led by the Corhill Lionsmane, who is on the way, but we're not going to show him quite yet. And also the model we just saw as well, which represents a High Elf noble with the Shrayson Hunters.
Doing that,
which is quite cool. That's why he carries his big axe, which is nice. Also inside the book, you can find historical scenarios. We can't show it to you. Of Chalons as Corhill leads his forces against the Beastmen.
This is where they're going to show
brand new units are in that book. Some which will have models which we haven't seen yet, but also quite a lot which show you how to sort of construct your plastic models in a different way. Actually, the book tells you how.
They're going to say Emperor's Children. Like they're going to show Lucius, and then they're going to go, oh, there's some other stuff like this, and this.
Really
Can't
cool
show you that.
Like a conversion guide in there. It's really, really great.
That'll be fun.
So there
Won't
we go.
it for all of us?
Hey, talking of cool armies,
yes.
Talking of cool armies, Armies on Parade. It's that time to start talking about Armies on Parade again this year.
Already?
And it is indeed. We are happy to announce that Armies on Parade is coming back again for 2025.
This is the 15th year of Armies Parade.
15th year.
I need to do Armies on Parade. I just need to build a board, and that takes
it's great to
time
have Armies
and
on Parade
effort.
back again. Of course, this is the Games Workshop's premium army painting competition.
Indeed.
So if you want to take part in that, it's happening. It's a great.
I have the
to get
miniatures
forces.
after
You've taken
all.
part as well.
Oh yes.
Before, yeah.
Probably the last 5 years, I've made sure to do something.
We've got the new categories coming this year. We've sort of made the categories a bit simpler to make sure people can understand what they're going to be. You can enter as a solo entrant. Paint an army yourself, basically. Young bloods for our younger hobbyists. And
Shall we do a team? Shall we do Team Warhipster?
As well, so you can enter as a
All
team.
223 of us.
Get all of us Warhammer Plus guys together and paint one together. Maybe we could do that. You never know.
Shall we do that?
That's
Team
a challenge.
Team Warhipster.
Yes, we've got.
Everyone just do one model.
Dates and the exact timings of what's going to happen this year.
Shotgun not doing the base.
Painted by will be coming on the Warhammer Community website. So check that out as soon as you possibly can. I'm thinking I'm going to some Ultramarines this year. This is going to be my year. I reckon I'm going to go for it.
Ultramarine?
I think I'll go for a bit of a change. But right, we've got something else to show you now.
Yep, come on. Where are we going? Necromunda. A new Necromunda core set. An expansion of the Ash Wastes. Cool. I thought for sure those worms were a endless spell. Gangs feud over more territories. More hab bunkers. Fortified hab modules, sorry. Where's the cool 40 Caymans? That's pretty. Like that. Tribes of the Wastelands. I'm such a big fan of painting terrain. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. It might have come up once or twice. Terrain's always a good time out. And I have so much of it to do. I think if I had a month, I could paint all of it.
Being greeted by the Shadar Hunters.
These are
There's a
great.
big bit of it up there.
The Ash Waste Nomads, right?
Mm-hmm. So these guys are basically the masters of navigating the wastes and living there. They're scouts, trackers, hunters, that sort of thing. They're very much in touch with sort of the beasts of the wastelands as well. So you can see that all of their weapons tend to be
more terrain for my overly large Necromunda hive.
Yeah, they're very sort of
Necromunda.
And in touch
a Necromunda
with the
board is something I couldn't put together. I can do a
mystical
kill team
tribalism of
board,
this.
a Lord of the Rings
These are
board, an
elite
AOS board,
fighters
and a
for Ash
40k
Waste
board.
Nomads gangs.
I could do
They've got a really
Warcry.
cool ability called
Underworld,
Wasteland
obviously.
Ambushes. If you're playing a game in the
The
Wastelands,
only two I don't
kind
have
of
enough
like a
terrain
trapdoor
to
spine,
do
they just
something
wait
for
in like
is
in a burrow,
Imperialis
just
and
ambush
all
out
that
halfway through the
stuff.
game,
So
which is quite good fun.
Titanicus
They're completely
and all that
combat
kind of thing.
focused. They don't
And,
even have access to pistols on their equipment list,
Thingy.
which is so
Necromunda.
just all about combat.
Because I mean, you can do it with 40k terrain, but you want to do it with Necromunda terrain, really.
Take
I
a
could
few
do
of
it.
those
I have
in your
enough
gang if
terrain
you'd
to do
like
it. I've got
as
like
gang
the
fighters.
Ash Wastes
Yeah,
box
absolutely wonderful
somewhere.
things to paint as well. It's
Actually,
really nice to see the Ash Waste
Those
Nomads
old,
being fleshed out like this.
Habs.
But Alex, they're
The
being
floating
accompanied
ones.
by these weird little Athramite spine worms. What are these?
So these things are only really seen by outsiders. Accompanying the nomads, so
They're
they've
quite pretty.
adapted really well to
Steel
survive
Legion
in
drab all the way.
Necromund's toxic environment, and they're incredible.
Somebody's been
burrowers.
inspired
So
by
they'll go
Dune
through sand,
again.
ash,
You're
rock,
not wrong there, I'm prominent.
and they're basically their barbed fangs, once they dig into something, are nigh impossible to get rid of. And their saliva contains an anticoagulant, so
I
once
like
they
not
bit
abandoning
blood's gonna
Ash
keep
Waste. That's
flowing.
nice.
Ugh,
Yeah, I
these
like
are
that.
horrible. They are sort of essentially pets that you can take as equipment for your Shadar Hunters. Each fighter could have up to 2 of them. If you really want to take that many, you ought to. They have the burrowing thing you talked about. They can burrow in the game as well. They can just burrow through impassable terrain, like it wasn't even there, just gnashing their way through walls.
I had
really,
spine
really
worms
cool.
once. Best
So
not
wonderful
talk
little
about
ones
it.
there as well.
That's fair, Ian.
But also coming
We won't
alongside
force you.
these
We won't
is
force the issue.
Nomad weapon upgrades. Okay, we've got a lot of guns and a lot of stuff in here. What have we got, man?
Yes, very rusty.
These guns on the right
flash
here,
carbines, heavy blasters, web pistols,
far
web
right,
guns, notably
are cool.
scavenged autoguns.
I like
because
those.
They don't obviously have manufacturing facilities of their own.
These are basically completing all the weapon options for your Ash Waste Nomads gang. So there's weapons in there that you may not
Ash
be able to get
Waste
hold of before.
Nomads
Now you can.
getting
This
stuff.
is your complete equipment list, but it also contains things like extra heads, shoulder pads,
Someday,
sky mantles.
someday
So it's not just
on the
weapons,
channel
it's
we
basically a
will deep
conversion
dive
box
into
for your, and a
Necromunda.
customization box for your Ash Waste Nomad gang. You want to get hold of this if you possibly
Someday
can.
I will do it.
But all of this, of course, is coming alongside the Tribes of the Wastelands book.
Is indeed. So
I don't know when
this is
that day
basically
will
your
be,
house
but it will
book for
happen.
Your Ash Waste Nomads. However, it's not told from their point of view. So nobody's really spoken to the Nomads before. So this is told by an outsider, basically describing things. So all the terms we have for the Nomads are, well, they come from people who aren't the Nomads themselves. And it talks about the 3 sort of sub-factions, sort of like the Yellow Nomads, etc. And it details a lot of the beasts, the Helamites. But it also describes their electrostatic weaponry, because they tend to avoid machines, because this is a really good way to stop any machine. So why would you not ride on various beasts?
Oh, also they're trying to hunt down those beasts and stop them and
I would
shocking
love
them
tips
with
on
static
colourful
until
hair for
they fall
Escher
over and you can
gangers.
capture them
Yeah,
to
see
ride
that
on them,
I
which is
do have an
perfect.
Escher gang that's
Inside
fully
the
built.
book, you can find lots of rules.
back
The
when they
great tribes
first
you
came
mentioned
out.
there have been expanded upon.
That's where I got
Nomads
them.
get their very own
I've
trading
had them
post as
ever
well,
since
which is
they-
great.
not
Lots
the
of
original
strange and
Eschers,
exotic
when they got their
items on
remake
there.
in
There's 2
plastic
themed
opposite
scenarios for people to play, as well as hired guns, hangers-on, dramatis personae, everything
What
you'd
did they come
expect
out
from a
with?
house book right here for
The guys in
X-Waste
red.
Nomads. So if you're a Nomads
I want to
player,
say Iron
you wanna
Golem,
get your
but that's
cowled hands on these.
Warcry.
Oh yes, but that's not all that's coming for
Can't
Necromunda.
remember.
Okay.
There are also some terrain kits.
Nice.
This is
Terrain
the Xatos
kits.
pattern fortified hab module.
Oh, we've already seen this.
This is basically a really
It's
nice
cool. It's a cool
armoured,
piece of terrain, that.
I'd say a little safe zone out in the wastes. You can
Goliath,
see there, it's got
thank you,
those turrets on top.
Dangerous.
Now it doesn't come
Thank
with
you
any
very
rules
much. Yeah.
for those.
When
does
that
it?
I have
it's
the
got
Escher
some
from
grenade
that.
launchers and heavy
Basically,
stubbers. They're mounted on the sides, and players can sort of decide how they want to use those if they want to.
They're built.
You can upgrade them to have those
They're
if you
not
really
primed.
want, but there's every chance that those might fall into the hands of the enemy, so maybe not worth spending the creds on them there. But it's just a really cool upgraded version of the Xatos Pattern hab models we've seen before. To have those extra bits on top of it is a really nice addition to your collection to sort of make your Outland.
So that's
hub
the thing I
settlement
really
look a
like
little bit-
about the
well, you say
Necromunda
safe.
terrain
It's still
is-
the Ash Wastes, right?
It's just really.
That's
it's
not
really
all the terrain
different.
we've got coming. There's also the Zone Mortalis ruins. The
It's
ruined
very,
Underhive
like,
sector here as well. This
it's
is
very
essentially,
skirmish
three
design,
sets of
which
the
is
existing
perfect for
ruined
it. It's always
Zone
full of
Mortalis
character,
terrain
and it's
sets come together
excellent.
into one box,
It's
bundled
not,
together to make
you
it
know,
really easy to purchase.
L-shaped
And,
ruins,
how many do you reckon you're going to
which
get?
I hate.
At least one, because I think just with one set you can get a nice Necromunda board.
Yeah.
Because
If you've got
every
two
board
sets,
is nothing
you'd have
but,
multiple layers and
It's
it'd
like
be
the
beautiful.
dream board.
What are they
isn't it?
called?
And imagine, I mean, Warhammer
L-shaped
40,000
ruins.
as well. Imagine playing a game of
yes.
Warhammer 40,000
Less
as well would
decorative
be
than
great.
40k. Yeah, and there's also that as well. It can be
Those are
really
coming,
simple
goes to come
stuff.
soon. There we go.
Right, so looking a bit further.
It's like,
into
what's
the
it called? It's
future,
like the Underhive Fortress
we've
or
got
something, which
Kill
looks
Team,
great.
which is going to be continuing to get boxes throughout the year. Underworlds, as we saw, got a brand new edition. We showed off a
Okay.
roadmap a few months ago. That's going to continue to get releases going forward. Middle Earth, of course, has just got a brand new release. The Horrors Heresy.
happening?
Now, Heresy Thursdays are back.
They're back.
Keep an eye on Warhammer
Yes.
Community for more information. There's
Excellent.
models, there's information coming up. It's
What's
brilliant.
happening?
Black Library Celebration, as we've said, is coming up in February. Warcom is going to have news for all of those. But
What
the
is
old
happening?
World, now, we've seen a whole host of stuff come out for the old world, and we've just shown off the High Elf realms. And
Okay.
if you've been keeping track,
I
based
have.
on what we showed off, there are two more factions to come.
Yeah.
The Beastmen Brayherds and the Wood Elf realms.
So we can confirm they are on the way.
Yes.
They are in the. They're in the
Yep,
near
it
to
would be
the
surprising
soon
if they were
future,
suddenly not gonna be
for
on the
all our
way.
Players. And there may be other stuff coming as well, which
Yes,
we won't know about. So,
indeed.
sneaky hint
Now,
there.
Outside of the tabletop,
Yep.
we also have something to reveal for Space Marine 2. So
Lovely.
last year we saw Space Marine 2 come out, and
Yeah.
we've
Here we
all
go,
had
a
momentum.
cosmetic for a
I'm like
bolt
level
gun.
22 on PvP right now. I love this game so much.
There are over 5 million
Really?
players.
Only
Wow.
level
which of course
22.
means that Focus and
Nick,
Saber have all
pull
the
your
more
finger
reason
out.
to continue to keep developing
on.
the game. We've seen new weapons, enemies, maps.
Last
skins,
week I
and now
finished
there's gonna
leveling
be
up every
another
single weapon.
PvP game mode, new PvE maps, and more cosmetics for various chapters.
It's fantastic.
And we can reveal that the next enemy that you're
Ooh,
going
a
to
Biovore.
destroy is the Tyrannid Biovore.
Oh, good. I
Sick.
can't wait to hit that thing with a
That's
chainsaw
gonna be
and execute
annoying.
it and get my health back. It's such a wonderful game to play, and I know folks watching it will have played it
In a
lot.
deserty
And,
area.
Bioware's coming soon, as
There's
well
a
as
new,
all of that
there's a
cool
new
extra stuff.
biome. We've
It's
not
gonna be
seen
a
that
good year for
Space Marine 2.
2
It
players.
is
It really is.
indeed. But it is also a good year for Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Okay.
So, we showed off from the last preview Auric War Clans and Gloomspite Gits. This time we've shown off the Soulblight Gravelords.
Oh, we're
and
getting
the
just
Path of the
roadmaps,
Glory book
right,
for narrative
okay.
players. However, there's some more stuff coming. We've got the Ideneth Deepkin and the Night Haunt coming, fairly soon.
They're notoriously very fast moving, so hopefully they'll be here quite soon. Both of those forces.
not too
But
soon.
that's,
Come on.
Not all as well, because
No.
a bit further on the horizon, well, we're not going to tell you what's
Well,
coming.
that's
We're just gonna
Blades of Corn.
show
That's
you some
Caradron
cryptic pictures, and
Overlords.
hopefully you can work out what's going on there. I've got a good
Not
idea
sure what
about
that is.
2 out of the
Thought it was
3
a
of them.
cane?
What about you? You reckon?
Maybe 3?
Maybe 3. All right.
I think plenty of people at home will be able to figure out what these are.
Or it might be
given,
Hedonites.
given a bit of time.
Or
Yeah,
fleshy.
if you've
Oh,
got a
no,
good
it's
idea
probably
what you think
fleshy
those are
at
gonna be,
Quartz, because that's probably the
comment
Gore
down
Ward.
below. We want to see what you think. And of course, even further out,
Yep.
we're going to be even more cryptic. No idea what that could be, but we want to hear your guesses for sure.
Umbra
silhouette.
Neth.
It's definitely a thing.
Umbra Neth. Olgu
Let us know what you
Neth.
think that's going to be.
Olgu.
There's more for
Olgu.
Warhammer
Shadow
40,000
Elves.
coming
There
too,
is
right?
indeed. So, as we said before, last time we showed off the Eldari and Deathcore of Krieg, And at Christmas, we revealed Fulgrim.
Now, Fulgrim, of course, is not just a great model in himself, but is also the herald of the Emperor's Children coming. We've been teasing you guys for a long time. The Emperor's Children are on the horizon very, very shortly.
God.
What's coming after those guys?
Yes, a little bit further out, we've got the World Eaters, the Death Guard, and the Thousand Sons. However, just a little bit further in the future, we also have, again,
more stuff.
4 more cryptic releases.
Yeah, okay. I've got
Grey
a pretty idea
Knights.
of at least 2 of those.
Salamanders.
There we go. That's what's coming on the horizon. And again,
There's
what's
something
even further out? I have no idea what that could be.
Salamanders.
I think it's a Lictor.
It could be 2 Votan warriors stood on each other's heads.
Yes.
We don't know. It could be. Again, let us know what you think it could
Salamanders.
be. But that's what's coming in the future. Now, Alex.
Are Salamanders getting a full release? Are we getting Vulcan?
Just talked about the Emperor's Children there.
Yes.
We didn't say Fulgrim. We said the Emperor's
Or is it
Children.
Space Wolf?
And we've been teasing you guys out there for an awful long time.
Right, here we go.
I think it's time to have a look.
Yes, indeed.
Here we go.
Emperor's Children. Great time for a pop-up ad. Fantastic. They are in pink. There you go. Tormentors. Oh, they look pretty cool. Flawless blades. I like it. It's a bright pink. Oh god, we're gonna have to figure that out. Coffinist. Here he is. Oh, Lucius looks ill. No cultists.
Okay, they're here. It's finally time to talk about the Emperor's Children. You guys have been waiting. Let's go for it. Now, at Christmas, we showed off Fulgrim, the demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children, of course. What a Christmas gift that was for all of us. Alex, for those not in the know, who is Fulgrim? Why they're important?
So Fulgrim was the demon Primarch of the Emperor's Children, and basically where he once pursued sort of perfection and mastery, he's now become the embodiment of obsession. He shed his mortal form and has basically
I did
become
not expect
this
anything
demonic
past
entity.
Noise Marines. I thought for a sec
spent
we were
most
going to
of his
get at
time,
least 6
both in the warp and in real
kits.
space,
Because
desperately trying to
Slanesh,
seek out
the holy number,
sensations
the
and
holy number of
experiences,
Slanesh. 6.
occasionally returning to wreak havoc, not to mention some Primarch in blue.
We're not going to talk about that. It doesn't appear in the Ultramarine records. It's just the most stunning miniature. I've seen it up close as well. It's just beautiful and huge, and just what a centerpiece that's going to be for a table. And long awaited return for Fulgrim to the 41st millennium. On the gaming table, as you can imagine, Fulgrim is an absolute monster, and will cut down swathes of enemies with their malefic lash, demonic blades, and serpentine tail, just causing havoc. They can issue demonic poisons on the battlefield. I'm told that they once poisoned my Primarch at some point. We won't talk about maybe on the battle. You can do that too, and you can choose demonic powers each battle round, much like other Primarchs can do as well. And one of those is that they can always fight first, which is just incredible.
Yes.
As a heads
That's
up,
going to be mean.
My colleague Simon and I from Battle Report had a one-on-one Fulgrim versus Angron just before Christmas, and Fulgrim won all 3. I mean, it was just great.
Well, that's
So,
encouraging,
there we go.
isn't it?
Fulgrim on the way, monstrous on the table, and long awaited. You've got to get your paintbrush on that one. But let's
Now
talk
the paint
about
scheme is shown,
army
I can
set
crack
we've
on with
seen
my
as
army
well. That's
properly.
the
Yeah, there you
Children
go.
of Flesh army set,
In all glory.
which includes brand new miniatures. Packed to the
That's a
gills,
lot
brand
of
new miniatures.
plastic.
The first up is the Lord Exultant there, the new Lord choice. Comes out in a second. You've got a unit of Tormentors.
Games Workshop
who
does
are
want me to
sort
do
of battle line
1,000
units,
models this
the
year.
Infractors, who are the combat unit. And of course, the Noise Marines are back as well with their huge sonic weaponry, as well as the
lot of
Codex in there
plastic.
too. Right, let's break this down. Okay, we'll start off then with the Lord Exultant, who is the new Lord choice for the Emperor's Children. Who is a Lord Exultant?
It's glorious.
And why do they have the coolest cloak going in the 41st millennium?
Would
These
prefer
guys,
it if it was in the
basically
deeper
embody
purple,
everything
but
that
there
the
we
Emperor's
go.
Children are. They are desperately seeking more experiences, sensation in all its forms. They've had loads of.
I'm gonna have to figure out how we're doing
surgeries
that
and
pink.
Stims to basically enhance their sensory
Fulgrim
abilities.
pink, looking at you.
Basically, receiving signals that would drive anybody else insane. But it does give them rather special abilities, even for a Space Marine. So, they can detect an assassin in the breeze, even the faintest trail of fuel use somewhere else. They can feel the vibrations in the floor for approaching enemies. They're just incredible combatants.
They're just so cool. And the actual model
that's
itself
very
here as well
pretty.
has loads of options as well. So it's a multi-part kit. You can have a Phoenix Power Spear, Mastercrafted Power Sword, or something called a Screamer Pistol, which is like a pistol version of a sonic weapon, which is really cool. You can have a Rupture Lash.
That's also
or
very
a Plasma
pretty.
Pistol as well, or a Power Fist. This thing's got loads of options, head options, icon options. There's loads of things you can do with this model. And in the game,
I'm into this. It's all new, so that's apart from the Noise
per
Marines
battle,
and
they can go
Lucius,
into
but it's all new.
euphoric strikes mode and just try and experience everything, and they get super horrible in combat, which is just great. So wonderful miniature, great on the tabletop.
Lovely.
But
They're so
they
ugly.
lead
I mean, that's the point,
forces.
though,
We'll
right?
start off talking about the Tormentors, and these are the sort of your sort of battle line unit with bolt guns.
Yeah.
Tell me about these guys. Who are they?
So these guys are the
I
tactically...
like this kind
These
of
guys are tactically
black
flexible.
and pink.
They tend to fight at range. They see
kind
themselves
of-
as sort
sort
of
of,
exemplars of what a Space Marine should be. Like they take a look at the loyalists.
sort of
and think,
hodgepodge nature of it. I think it
Not
looks
even
nice.
close.
It's a nice way of doing it.
They've got an awful lot of pride. And they basically
They nailed it.
kinda
Yeah,
have
I mean, it's very
assigned themselves
Slaanesh.
missions and
Like the
targets,
heads
and
are-
most
the
generals
heads
kind
are
of think
so
of that as an
Slaanesh.
acceptable cost for having
Quite
them
glad
on
they
their
didn't
side.
show us the unhelmeted ones, because that would
They
have given the game
hate
away.
performing basically what they would see as tedious tasks, so they don't like guard duty.
That's fair enough. There's the kit itself is just jam-packed full of options, different heads, different shoulder pads. We've seen a few of the options shown.
It looks a
sneakily
little
on
bit
the
like an
Warhipster
upgrade
website
kit for
over the
the
last few months. But this is the final kit
Space
here in front of
Marines.
you. On the tabletop, there's your
Legionaries.
OC2 battle line
But
unit.
there's too much
called
going on
objectives.
there
They
for
can
it not
even
to be,
defile
so that's good.
objectives. Don't think about it, but making them sticky objectives basically. They are infiltrators. They can
Shouldn't have said
actually
that
sneak
one
forward
after
before
the other.
battle begins, which is great. So expect serious ball control from these guys. Just great miniatures, really are. And alongside those are the combat units, the Infractors.
Indeed.
Mark 6.
Tell me about these guys.
Mark
These
6?
guys are all about getting
Mark 4.
up close
Mark
and
4.
personal. They sort of live for the thrill of combat, and they tend to dose themselves up on.
They'll still be
toxins
smaller.
and
They'll be the
stimulants
same
to
height
elevate that
as like
sensation. And there's
Berserkers.
a wonderful term.
So they'll
for
still be
Codex,
pretty big now.
which is called Murderous Orchestra. Which is just it's almost like killing as an art form.
That's wicked.
I love these guys. In game terms,
that
they
pink?
are scouts. They start the game a bit further forwards. But
I'm
also
worried.
the movement
I'm worried I
7
might
on the
not get it
battlefield,
right.
You'll find that just about everything in the army is faster than standard Space Marines are. And they have precision on their weapons as well, so enemy heroes
I
will
really hope I
beware.
get that right.
Just beautiful models, and they're so fast, you might not even need to put them in a Rhino, but you might want to. Okay, so also in the army set are two
Weird
squads
cut.
of Noise Marines. These guys are, again, beloved, and we've seen them before, but who are the Noise Marines,
very
this special
pretty.
cult of the Emperor's Children?
So they're basically champions of Slaanesh
They're
that desire
very
the
pretty.
experience of sound, and they want to have it to the extreme. So they've various stims, and they've had grafted organs, some of them of Xenos origin, to allow them both to hear sound better, but also to admit it. They've got various warp mutations, and they carry weaponry that can emit, say, really powerful bass tones that'll shatter bones, horrifying
Yeah,
metallic
we know
screeches
how
that'll make
Noise
your head
Marines
explode.
work, you know.
Sound is their jam.
This is so Slaanesh-y. I absolutely love these guys. There are 6 models in the box, of course, the blessed number of Slaanesh. They are bigger and tougher
Actually,
than
you're
other
not
Marines.
wrong there,
Think
Kat, 'cause we
Havoc
just
equivalents
did
from Chaos
that
Space
pink
Marines. And they
on
carry all manner of
these.
sonic weaponry. Sonic blasters are the sort of standard gun, as it were. And they also carry these blast masters, which can be tuned to different
Maybe it is just
frequencies
Carabao Crimson.
to destroy armoured targets or to
Who can
rupture the
say?
eardrums of numerous hordes. They're just
I
the
need to
coolest
see it
models, led by
in
the
my-
disharmonist,
in my hands.
their leader,
Not
who's
on
got amplifiers on his shoulders, as they all have. Just
Not on an
the
OLED
coolest
monitor.
box, and there's 2 units of
Well,
it in the
it's
army
not an
deal as
OLED
well.
model.
So,
It is a
dig
HD.
a hold
It
of
has.
that.
It does
But
have
the
HDR.
army set
though,
isn't
so
the
it
only
changes
thing
the
that's coming
colours
for the
slightly.
Emperor's Children. Let's have a look at some more. And of course, one of the most famous heroes for the whole Chaos faction, Lucius the Eternal.
Lucius the Eternal.
Tell me about this guy.
He looks so
Lucius the
ill.
Eternal, he likes to think he's the best swordsman in existence. He's basically one of the greatest
That power
champions
sword's
of the
very
Emperor's
pretty.
Children.
That's gonna be a
and
fun
he
challenge.
seeks out equal paragons amongst enemy forces. So he'll hunt down your characters, your blade masters, that sort of thing. He basically wants to test his skills. However, he has not always succeeded. But should he be struck down, if you take even a minuscule moment of satisfaction in your kill, you will turn into Lucius,
that's
and your
incredible.
face will be resplendent on his armor for all eternity. Now, the armor
Where
is
are
sort
all
of a
the
double-edged
faces?
sword in this regard, because
Oh, there
every
on the
face on
pauldron.
it
Okay.
is obviously
Oh,
somebody
and on
that
the
he's
leg.
not killed,
That's
and
cool.
that wounds his pride more than
Voldemort looks a
anything. It's
bit
kind of
different.
flipping him
Voldemort
a
changed.
bit insane.
Voldemort
He holds
grew up.
an awful lot of contempt for everyone and everything.
How Slaneshi. I love this miniature. It's incredible, and
It's
you
very
can really
pretty.
tell some
They
of the
did it. They
pride
did
and
it
arrogance,
justice.
really coming across on it. On the battlefield, they are an incredibly skilled fighter. They use their Blade of Lair
It's very
and the
nice.
Lash of Torment to subdue hordes of enemies, which is cool.
I like the vials on the
He's
back.
actually a lone operative, but can still join units. But when he fights alone, he is just better. Of course
Weird.
he fights alone. Basically,
There you go,
don't
Sligo.
let this fighter anywhere near your warlord because he's going to kill it, which is great. Absolutely brilliant model. Alongside Lucius, we also have the elite unit, the Flawless Blades.
Indeed.
Tell me about these
They're
guys.
sick.
So these
I
guys are
love
basically sort of an evolution of the Palatine Blades from the Legion
I'm
of old.
so glad
They
there
are
it is
the
not just the
paragons of
Terminator
close
equivalent,
combat and the
honestly.
art with the blade. They
It's
have
like,
demonic patrons
the,
that love to keep an eye on
what's
what they're
called,
up to, and
the
they basically
Eight-Bound.
need to keep impressing them with
Those
the
are
best
so
kills, the
nice.
most dramatic flair. They dose themselves up on stims all throughout.
Perfect.
But
10 out of 10.
their incredible pride means that they never want to share their form,
Wouldn't change
so
a
they're
thing
never going to
there.
get sort of completely taken over by a demon, but they're more than happy to accept their gifts.
They're just stunning models, aren't they? Really are.
Yeah,
3 models in
those
the
are
box.
so nice.
Loads and loads of options to customize your miniatures to make them look as prideful as you want them to. On the battlefield, they are horrifying combatants, as you can well imagine, wielding their bliss blades there with
I just convinced
terrifying
myself not to
skill.
get
Alex, you
Emperor's
talked about those
Children
demonic
because of
patrons
Krieg.
in their lore as well. And on the
Well,
battlefield, that's
you
what
might have
represents
to
they
do
can
both.
call upon these dark powers to give them extra powers in combat. But at a risk, because if they don't actually get any kills, they're punished with their own deaths. So it's a big risk, but really quite very Slaneshi and very fun too. Now, also coming for the Emperor's Children is the Lord Cacophonist, who's this incredible miniature with a huge
that is
amplifier
power
on his
metal
back.
right
Tell me
there.
more.
So these guys, as with the Noise Marines, are obsessed with sound, namely the extremes of sound, able to issue sonic assaults at basically any scale. They're believed by
That is
some
some serious
actually
power
being able to
metal.
cause vibrations within the warp itself.
That's cool.
So
I like
these
that.
guys
I
are
like that
basically
a lot.
surgically
That-
sculpted
that-
beyond the normal Noise Marine, and that amplifier on their back is the Doom Siren, and that basically
And what you're
magnifies
going to do is you're going to
every
attach him to a
utterance.
unit of Noise Marines,
like
and it's going to make
ASMR,
them
but for
absolutely
Slaneshi Marines.
incredible.
We've got
Busted,
the
some
options
might
on the
say.
kit. You can have Screamer pistols or a power sword there as well. He's got a rule called Obsessive Enunciation, which if he joins Noise Marines, give them sustained hits, which is just
I hate
incredible.
being so prescient.
Yeah, he can use the Doom Siren to blow people's heads up as well, which is just great. A wonderful miniature, very Slaneshi, and if you're getting Noise Marines, get hold of one of these as well. Now, also coming for the Emperor's Children in the future is the Combat Patrol. It's called the Callous Blades inside the Codex. It's
Very
not coming
pretty.
quite yet, but it will be coming in the future, and it's a seriously combat-focused combat patrol there. So 6 of the Flawless Blades, 10 of the Infractors, and a Lord Exultant, so you can really get stuck in.
Well, there you go.
It's going to be horrifying, but yeah, coming later, not quite yet. Now, of course,
Who
in
plays
the
Combat
Army
Patrol?
set is coming the Emperor's Children Codex.
I've not met anyone.
This one's been waited for a long time by hobbyists out there. Tell me what's the first thing that caught your
That's
eye?
a cover piece.
So, as expected, this is a work of perfection. It's got everything from the background,
That is a
and the
cover
lore
piece.
in it, a little bit of explanation about what Fulgrim's been up to, how the Emperor's
They've
Children are very
absolutely
warbound and
nailed
fractured.
the Emperor's
My
Children.
favourite thing is these little cutouts that appear on various pages, basically describing the stings,
10 out of 10.
the toxins, the drugs that the Emperor's Children have been
10 out of
using.
10.
And one of my favourites is scalathraxine dust, which is basically this crystalline powder that they put in their eyes that grows crystals and would drive anybody else mad, but the Emperor's Children love it.
1 of 40,000 is really grim. I love it. Of course,
Yeah, they're
gamers
just-
can
yeah.
expect to find everything they usually find inside a codex from all
Yeah,
the army
just got it-
rules.
got
They've
it so
a
right.
new army rule called Thrill Seekers, where the army can advance or fall back and still charge, but with a few restrictions, but it's still exciting. 6 new detachments, which let you achieve various levels of perfection in there. We've got lots of models. All the models we've seen are included, of course, all the rules in there, as well as other models also available right now. So if you wanted to start your forces right now to get ready for this, you could paint some Terminators, a Helldrake, a Demon Prince, Rhinos, Land Raiders, Spawn are in there, Mauler Fiends too. And what's really exciting is the Slaneshi Demons are included in the book as well.
So if you wanted a fiend or a greater demon of Slanesh, this is your opportunity.
Absolutely, you can include your Slaneshi Demons alongside your Emperor's Children on the tabletop. which is just great. So,
Confirmation.
Keeper of Secrets running around alongside Fulgrim would be a terrifying prospect to face. We've got the Crusade rules in there as well.
Chaos
Inside
Demons
the
might not be
Crusade,
getting a
I love
Codex
this.
then.
The idea here is that
Boo.
they're on a sort of journey to try and find
There you
exotic
go,
and rare
confirmation.
ingredients to mix up
We were
with
waiting to
strange
find out.
elixirs,
We'll
which will
find
then
out,
have
found out.
horrifying results for the
Rather
combatants
than
as well.
one
Just
lovely
really cool.
Chaos
And of
Demons
course, the
army, I
usual
now
new
have
artwork.
4.
The great miniature shots in there as well. It's an absolute must get for Emperor's Children fans.
Oh,
So excited
that's
for these guys.
disappointing.
Even though they hurt my Primarch.
Well, I hope there is a Chaos
So
Demons
we've seen
Codex.
some fantastic stuff there from Age of Sigmar. We've seen the High Elf Realms from the old
Maybe
world,
something else.
ending with those Emperor's Children. It's been fantastic.
There's been some great, and Necromunda 2, of course, you saw in there as well. Those Black Library miniatures were so good too. Yeah, it's been a really great preview, man.
Yep. Now, thank you everybody for watching. If you're over at LVO, I hope you're having a fantastic time. If you want more details on all of these and some of the things that we've not shown off, head over to the Warhammer community website. Remember to follow us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram. And
One
thank
last
you for
video.
joining me, Nick.
Thank you for joining me, man.
Thank you, everybody at home. See ya.
No, they didn't do Horus Heresy today. I don't think they were supposed to share the picture of the Thanatar, is what people were saying earlier today. Well, that is troubling news for Chaos Demons fans. Maybe there is not going to be a Codex Chaos Demons. Maybe there is. Who can say? But Slaanesh Demons going into the Emperor's Children book, that does mean that your World Eaters are going to be going into... Khorne Demons will be going into World Eaters. Nurgle Demons will be going into Death Guard. And Tzeentch Demons will be going into Thousand Sons. It will not just be the Emperor's Children. That is surprising. It's surprising to see that that's happened. I'm a little bit disappointed by that, but there we go. We have to wait and see, though. There might be a Demons Codex coming, or as mentioned there might be an Agents of Chaos book, which is where you might get Be'lakor. The reason why I'm surprised by that... Oh, the Thanatar Calyx. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff here that they haven't shown. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, well, let's go back to the overhead. Well, okay, so we have seen Barrow Kingdoms rise to serve the Soulblight. Minkalesk and Malaneth Witchblade, we've seen that. The Resplendent Host of Ulthuan. Armies on Parade. I mean, let's just quickly look at that, see if there's anything else in here that we didn't see. Lord of Krace, Ishaya Vess, Illyrian Reavers. They look new. Are those new? Those look like new Illyrian Reavers. I can't tell. Somebody else know? Huh. Returning plastic... Oh, wait, so... Does it just say new models? Well, I mean, they're very pretty. But there we go. We've got the High Elf Lord. Dragon Knights. Silverhelms. Lothern Sea Guard. Phoenix Guard, all that good stuff. Swordmasters, White Lions, Sisters of the Thorn, can't remember what they're called. Spearmen, Archers, Griffin, Eagle Claws, Chariots, Metal Kits. Oh, only 2 metal models. Okay, cool. Anyway, so look, there's more stuff here. So the Thanatar Calyx cares not for your armour. You did already say that. The Illyrians are new. Well, there you go. Some new Illyrian Reavers. A whole new unit. That's awesome. That was not shown as a video. But there it is. Looks cool. Looks dope. Nice. We have a Blind Bray Shaman. This is what I thought we saw in the thing. So, Beast Herds. Ah, well, there you go. That's why they've done that, because they talked about it coming. There you go. A new Beast Herd. A new. That's a very pretty model. That's very pretty. That's what I hoped we would get in AOS, but then they got rid of it. There we go. Very nice. And this is the other thing I saw. This guy, Lord of Poxes. Which I think was leaked. But there you go. Death Guard model as well. There's another vampire model they didn't show in the article. Is there really? There might be more in it. We'll just quickly look at Emperor's Children, because we should. We have Fulgrim. There he is. Lucius the Eternal. Looking beautiful. We have the Lord Exultant in 1, 2, 3 iterations. There we go. Lovely stuff. They have the Lord's Cacophonist. There we go. Lovely, lovely, beautiful, beautiful, lovely. We have the Noise Marines. There they are. We have the Flawless Blades. I love these so much. I think they're amazing models there. We have these guys who I can't remember what they were called. Should say it there. Tormentors. There you go. That's them. Pretty stuff. Pretty, pretty. We have more of this stuff. And then there's the Champions of Slaanesh. There it is. The Codex itself will be available in its regular form soon after. And that's what the thing looks like. But the limited edition one looks like that's that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous book cover. Which I am absolutely in love with. And that's a hell of amount of plastic in that box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models there. 6, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 units of 10 infractors that can alternatively be built as tormentors. So 20, 32, 33 models in one box. Look here, look here. Thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships. You absolute bloody legend. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I gave it hope when we got the Stilt Man. Well, there you go. There's the Emperor's Children Codex. The basic one that does not come in this box, though I'm sure if you are starting an Emperor's Children army, you will probably be buying that. Only 2 taken. That's a good sign. What do you mean, 2 taken? What happened? No Snake Boy in the pack. No, he won't be in that one because it'll be 140 quid, and the Primarch alone will be £100, as it were. What did you say? You said there's another vampire in here. So we have this guy. We saw him, and we saw this guy. They're both very pretty. Saw the Barrow Guard. There they are. Very pretty, pretty, pretty skeletons. We have these guys. The Barrow Knights. And there's Vhordrai. And there's the... Oh, yeah. They didn't show that one off. Well, that's pretty wicked. That box versus the Krieg box is hilarious. I kind of get what you mean. I still love that Krieg box, but that is a huge amount of plastic to be in there. To be honest, a box of that size might be significantly bigger. Might be a little bit more expensive. It's to kick off the Emperor's Children, so there might be a little bit more to it than what we perhaps... it might be more expensive than you normally see from an army set. It might not be, who knows. It looks like there's just an absolute ton of stuff in there. That's a really sick. That's really cool. The Ruined Zone Mortalis boxes are very nice. Yeah, there you go. That's the deal. There we go. Champions of Slaanesh. I mean, it looks like a meaty box there. Hope it isn't too far off. It probably isn't. I would suspect end of February, maybe March. Beginning of March. It can't be far away now. Well, that's quite impressive. Quite an impressive preview. I think we found out a lot of information that was interesting as well. Seeing things like the fact that Ideneth are coming. That there's a mysterious other faction that we don't know what it is for the... why didn't they announce the Fulgrim book? They did, didn't they? Yeah, they did. There it is. Oh, not in the video. This year was supposed to be tanks. It was Black Hole Eyes, and yet it hasn't been. There hasn't been any tanks yet. There's a distinct lack of tanks. I'm off to bed as I ponder how to paint that pink. I will be thinking about it as well. I'll be thinking about it quite a lot between now and when these come out. I think maybe Carroburg Crimson is the right answer here. And then like a glaze of Fulgrim pink to get it really pink, or you know, just a classic Emperor's Children pink, like a glaze of it. So yeah, it might be that that's one that we can't 100% do with contrast paint, but we'll have to see. I mean, thinned down Volupus pink is very good as well. We've done that in the past to get some stuff. We did that on the Pink Horrors, which I might go back and revisit that video and see if that's an appropriate colour for doing that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, Emperor's Children looking absolutely grand, looking lovely. And do you know what? Even though it is 5 minutes to 6 o'clock in the morning, it's 5:55 here. I think you're looking pretty good too, and I feel like I'm looking pretty all right. Given that it's now 2 hours past my bedtime, and I have not been to sleep. So I think it's probably time to go to bed, or we just wait 4 minutes. We'll have 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes of stream for you guys to give me any thoughts, comments, criticisms. Be gentle. It's late. Out of all 4 Mono God Chaos Armies, I feel like World Eater's got the short end of the stick. I think they got pretty much a very similar amount. And also, clearly, they're about to get Scarbrand, Bloodthirsters, Skulltaker, Juggernauts, all that kind of thing. Blood Crushers. What are you most excited to paint from that stream? That's a tough one to answer at this point. Emperor's Children. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get my hands on them. I mean, it would be interesting to, because this is the thing. If we look in the book, there might be alternate schemes for them where they use that deeper purple, and we might copy that instead. It depends. We did this for the what's it called? Well, for the Krieg. I just looked in the book and there it was, and I was like, yeah, that's a really nice scheme. Let's just use that rather than do the blue again. If you're looking for a blue video, I have it. It's the Void Dragon. Void Dragon? Veteran Guardsman. Boy with Stick on Dragon. Ah, yeah, he was very nice. But the one without the mount was incredible. That, I think, might be the one to look forward to painting the most, because that's going to be beautiful model. If it is a dual kit, I hope they send me 2. They might not. They probably will only send me 1. So that's going to be tough. I will probably have to do Vhordrai, because that will be the video I think most people will ask for, and then do the other dragon a little bit further down the line. I don't know. Maybe Games Workshop, if you're watching. I doubt they are. It is 6 o'clock in the morning, so if they could please send me 2, please. They didn't for Iridan, but maybe for this one they will. We shall see. Remember to like and subscribe. You are entirely correct there, Black Hole Eyes. Please like and subscribe. It is the free way to support the channel. And we're going to be live for 2 more minutes. So if you want to support the channel a little bit further, you obviously can. There are super chats, and you can become a member, or you can give some memberships, like Look Here has done. You know, I do this for you and for me. But that's why we stay up till 6 o'clock in the morning, so that we can navigate these things together. You're closing in on 80k subs. It's been a wild ride watching this channel grow. Yeah. It's crazy. We are closing in on it. It's going to take a little while. We're nearly at 77. I think we might hit 80 in April. But we're shooting for 100k this year. Have you made a video on your process on figuring out how to replicate colours? I haven't made a video on that specifically, but we will get to it. Decent reveals from GW. Had a near impossible task of matching last reveal, but it was decent. Great stream, Mr. the Warhipster. Thank you, Pritters. I try my best. I personally think the last stream was very good, and a lot of people got very giddy over the Eldar, and I personally think that the Eldar reveal was pretty boring, but there was one incredible model, being Lucius, which I'm really excited for. It's a really cool model because it's brand new, and the rest of it's taller plastic versions of older models. So I don't really care about that. But we shall see. Once the GW plus Warhipster contrast paint range comes out, subs to the moon. Oh. That would be the day. The signature line of paints with Games Workshop. That would be incredible. That would make my day. I would be very happy. Doubt it'll ever happen, but we shall see. Maybe I'll have to start my own paint company. Who knows? Rough ETA on the new Guardsman scheme video. It will be next week. That will come out. I'm not sure what day. But there's still the engineers, the artillery team, and Dreer left to go for that box. So they're going to come out first. And then there will be the I fixed the mistakes of the past Guardsman. In fact, what I will do, just quickly, before we wrap things up, is I will show you, if you didn't already see on Instagram today, I have concluded the guard. There we go. I painted all of that. Well, I fixed all of that. So there's a video coming up as to how I did that. And it's going to be a cool video. So I hope you watch it and enjoy it, basically. That is an army on parade. I know. It's pretty cool. Right? So that's the old Cadians that we've done on the channel before. And I've unified them and changed them and fixed them. And there's a video about how I've gone through the process of doing that, just making it look like a cohesive, cool army. So there you go. That's 20 Cadians, a command squad, a Castellan, and a ordnance field battery, as well as a heavy weapon squad with 3 las cannons. That is on the way. I also figured out today, if you hadn't already seen, because I was doing this earlier today. Figured out how to paint the Kassakin. There they are. So there's a video for that. Will be on the way eventually. I've got to paint the other 9. I missed the whole thing. Anything good previewed? Emperor's Children, fully previewed there, James Matthias. We saw the entire range of Emperor's Children. We saw Soulblight Gravelords, a new spearhead for Soulblight Gravelords as well. Barrow Knights, Barrow Guard, new skeletal White King. An incredible zombie dragon that I think you will paint, James, and you will do an incredible job of it. And it will make me envious from across the ocean as to how good a painter you are, as it so often does. Soulblight Gravelords got their preview. There was some Ash Waste Nomad stuff for Necromunda. Yeah, bunch of cool stuff. It's all live now on the Warhammer community page. So you can go and check that out. But, yeah. Stay around. Any guesses what that new faction for the AOS is going to be? We could sit and talk all morning. I do need to go to bed very soon. It is now 3 minutes past 6. I love you a lot, chat, but I do need to go to bed. I think the new AOS faction, if it's going to be anything, what I'm hoping for is it's going to be Shadow Elves from the realm of Ulgu with Malarion, or Malekith as he used to be known, as the faction leader. That's what I hope we're going to see. I really want to see that. Which would be awesome and sick and beautiful. But there we go. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for hanging out with me tonight, this morning, today. I'm going to go to bed. So, yeah. And we didn't get to 200 likes, so I get to keep my shirt on for at least the next 3 minutes before I go and get into bed. Right, I'll see you all tomorrow for a painting video. There will be another tutorial out tomorrow, and there will be another one on Saturday. And we'll be back live on Monday. But for now, I hope you have a great rest of your day, if you're going to stay up. And if you're going to go to bed, I hope you sleep well. Yeah, that's all there is left to say. Here is the hand of farewell. I shall wave it at you. Normally it's this one, but everything's wonky tonight. So we're just doing things a different way around. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Love you, chat. Bye.